Good morning, everyone. Dr. Alan Mandell here, and I want to ask you a simple question. When you first wake up in the morning, how do your legs feel? Are they stiff? Do they ache? Does it take you a few minutes just to feel steady on your feet once you finally stand up? If you answered yes to any of those, I want you to know something important. That's not just getting older. That's your body telling you it needs a little help warming up. And today, I'm going to give you the solution. A simple, gentle 3-minute routine you can do right here in bed before your feet ever touch the floor. 5 exercises, no equipment, no getting down on the ground, just you, your bed, and 3 minutes of your morning. Now, I've been helping patients for decades, and I can tell you, this kind of morning routine is one of the most powerful things a person over 60 can do for their long-term leg health, their balance, and their independence. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why this works, and you're going to have a complete routine you can start using tomorrow morning. Let's get into it. Before I show you the exercises, I want to take just a moment to explain what's actually happening in your body while you sleep, because once you understand this, you'll never want to skip this routine again. When you lie down for 7 or 8 hours, your body slows way down. Your heart rate drops, your breathing slows, and, here's the key point, your circulation decreases significantly. That means blood and fluid can pool in your lower legs and feet overnight. It also means the muscles in your legs, hips, and lower back have been essentially turned off for hours. They've gone cold. They've stiffened up. The fluid in your joints, the synovial fluid that lubricates them, has settled and hasn't been distributed evenly yet. Now, what happens next is the dangerous part. You wake up. Maybe your alarm goes off, or you need to use the bathroom. And what do most people do? They swing their legs over the side of the bed and they stand up. Right away, without warming anything up. And for a person over 60, that moment, that transition from lying down to standing, is one of the highest risk moments of your entire day. Studies show that the majority of serious falls in seniors happen within the first hour of waking up. Your blood pressure hasn't fully adjusted. Your leg muscles haven't been activated. Your balance system, what we call your proprioception, is still waking up too. All of this adds up to a very real risk of dizziness, muscle weakness, and loss of balance right when you need your body the most. Now here's the good news. There's a simple solution, and it takes just 3 minutes. By doing a short series of gentle leg exercises before you get up, you can wake up the circulation in your legs and feet, warm up and activate the key muscles that support your knees and hips, lubricate your joints so they move more freely, signal your nervous system that it's time to balance and stabilize, dramatically reduce your risk of that dangerous early morning fall. Think of it like warming up a car engine on a cold morning. You wouldn't rev it hard right away. You let it run, let the fluid circulate, let everything reach operating temperature. Your body deserves the same respect. All right, let's go through the routine together. I want you to be able to follow along with me, so I'm going to demonstrate each exercise and explain exactly what it's doing for your body. We've got 5 movements, and we're going to spend about 30 to 40 seconds on each one. You ready? Let's begin. The first exercise is one of the most underrated movements in all of senior fitness, the ankle pump. Here's how you do it. Lying on your back, simply flex your foot, pull your toes up toward your shin, and then point your toes away from you, up and down, nice and controlled, not fast, just smooth and steady. Do this about 20 times. Then we're going to move into ankle circles, rotating your foot in a slow circle 10 times in each direction. Now, why does this matter so much? When you sleep, blood naturally pools in your lower legs and feet. Your calves, which we call the second heart of the body, are responsible for pumping that blood back up toward the heart. But they can only do that when they're moving. Ankle pumps activate the calf muscles immediately, which starts that pumping action. This gets your circulation moving, it reduces puffiness and fluid retention in the ankles, and, critically, it helps prevent what's known as deep vein thrombosis, which is a blood clot that can form in the legs during prolonged periods of immobility. Starting your morning with ankle pumps and circles takes less than a minute, and it wakes up your entire lower leg. You'll feel it immediately. 20 pumps, 10 circles each way. Let's keep going. The second exercise is called the heel slide, and this one is going to target your quadriceps and your hamstrings, the two most important muscle groups for knee stability and daily movement. Here's how it works. Lying on your back with your legs extended, slowly bend one knee and slide your heel toward your body along the bed, as far as is comfortable, and then slowly slide it back out to the starting position. That's one rep. Aim for 10 to 15 on each leg. Now, I want you to pay attention to what's happening here. This movement gently loads the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thigh, and activates the hamstrings at the back. These are the muscles responsible for bending and straightening your knee, for getting up from a chair, for climbing stairs, for walking uphill. After the age of 60, these muscles begin to decline faster than almost any other group in the body, a condition we call sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. And when these muscles weaken, the knee joint itself bears more impact, leading to pain, stiffness, and deterioration. The heel slide is a perfect first activation movement because it works those muscles through a gentle, controlled range of motion. No impact, no strain, while you're still safely lying down. 10 to 15 reps per leg. Control the movement in both directions. Let's move on. Number 3 is the knee to chest pull, and this one is going to feel absolutely wonderful if you deal with morning stiffness in your lower back or hips. From lying on your back, bend one knee and bring it toward your chest. You can place both hands just below the knee, never on top of the kneecap, and gently pull it in toward your body. Hold for about 3 seconds, feeling the stretch in your hip and lower back, then slowly lower the leg. Alternate sides for about 10 repetitions each. Here's what this is doing. Your hip flexors, the muscles that connect your thigh to your pelvis, tighten significantly during sleep. When they're tight, they can create a forward pull on your lower spine, which is a major contributor to morning low back pain. They also affect your gait, your posture, and your ability to take long, confident strides when you walk. The knee to chest pull releases that tension. It also mobilizes the hip joint, encouraging the synovial fluid, that natural lubricant, to coat the joint surfaces so everything glides smoothly when you do stand up. I have patients who tell me this single exercise reduces their morning back stiffness more than anything else they've tried. And it's completely gentle. No weight, no balance required, just a slow, comfortable stretch. 10 reps per side. Hold each one for about 3 seconds. Beautiful. Keep going. Now we move into straight leg raises, and this is where we start building real strength. Here's the technique. Lying on your back, bend one knee so that foot is flat on the bed. Keep the other leg straight. Now, tighten the thigh muscle of the straight leg. You should feel the quadriceps engage, and slowly raise that leg until it's about level with the bent knee. Hold for just a moment, then slowly lower it back down. That's 1 rep. Do 10 to 12 on each side. The straight leg raise is one of the most effective exercises in physical therapy and rehabilitation medicine, and for good reason. It isolates and strengthens the quadriceps without putting any stress on the knee joint itself. This is crucial for people with arthritis, knee pain, or a history of knee surgery, because it allows you to build the protective musculature around the joint without any impact or compression. Strong quadriceps do something remarkable. They act as shock absorbers for your knees. Every step you take, every stair you climb, every time you lower yourself into a chair, it's your quads doing the work to protect that joint. When they're weak, that stress goes directly into the cartilage and bone. This exercise also activates the hip flexors and the core stabilizers that support your lower back, so you're getting a lot of benefit from one simple movement. 10 to 12 reps per side, controlled and deliberate. Now, let's finish strong with our last exercise. We're finishing with the glute bridge, and this one is the crown jewel of the entire routine. Here's how to do it. Lying on your back, bend both knees so your feet are flat on the bed, hip-width apart. Place your arms comfortably at your sides. Now, press through your heels, squeeze your glutes, and lift your hips up off the bed until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold for 2 seconds at the top, really squeezing those glutes. Then slowly lower back down. 10 to 15 repetitions. I call this the crown jewel because it activates so many critical structures at once. Your gluteus maximus, the largest and most powerful muscle in your entire body, is the primary driver here. Your glutes are responsible for hip extension, for propelling you forward when you walk, for climbing stairs, for getting up off a chair, for maintaining your posture while standing. When the glutes weaken, which happens rapidly after 60 without targeted exercise, the surrounding structures compensate. The lower back takes on extra load. The hip flexors tighten. The knees start to cave inward. The whole kinetic chain begins to break down. But there's more. The glute bridge also engages your core stabilizers, including the multifidus muscles that run along your spine. This combination of glute and core activation is exactly what your body needs before you ask it to stand upright and bear your full weight. Think of it this way. The glute bridge is your body's final pre-flight checklist before takeoff. You're activating the power station, stabilizing the spine, and signaling to your entire lower body, I'm ready. 10 to 15 reps. Press through those heels, squeeze at the top, and come down slowly. And that, right there, is your 3-minute morning routine. Now, let me take just a moment to connect the dots on the science here, because I want you to understand why this works, not just that it works. As we age, we face several physiological changes that directly affect our leg health and our safety. The first is sarcopenia, the gradual, age-related loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. After the age of 60, the average person can lose up to 3% of their muscle mass per year without targeted intervention. In the legs, this means weaker quads, weaker hamstrings, weaker glutes, and all the downstream effects that come with that. Poor balance, difficulty with stairs, increased fall risk, and chronic joint pain. The exercises we just went through target all of the primary leg muscle groups. Even the short morning activation, done consistently every day, helps signal the muscles to maintain strength and resist atrophy. You're not just warming up, you're sending a biological message to your body that says these muscles are needed. The second factor is proprioception, your nervous system's ability to sense your body's position in space. This is what allows you to balance, to catch yourself if you stumble, to walk confidently on uneven ground. Proprioception naturally declines with age, and it's one of the leading contributors to falls in older adults. These gentle leg exercises, particularly the straight leg raises and the glute bridge, activate the neuromuscular pathways that govern proprioception. You're literally waking up your nervous system, not just your muscles. And third, circulation. We talked about blood pooling overnight. The ankle pumps and heel slides address this directly, but every exercise in this sequence increases blood flow to the lower extremities, reduces the risk of clot formation, and helps regulate the blood pressure changes that occur when you transition from lying to standing. All of this in 3 minutes, every morning, before your feet ever touch the floor. Now, I want to tell you what to expect, because results don't happen overnight, but they do happen, and they happen faster than most people think. In the first week, most people notice a reduction in morning stiffness. The legs just feel more ready when you stand up. The creakiness and the achiness that used to greet you every morning starts to diminish. Patients tell me, "Dr. Mandell, I got up and I just felt normal for the first time in years." By the end of week 2, you'll likely notice improved circulation, less swelling in the ankles by mid-morning, warmer feet, legs that feel lighter and more comfortable throughout the day. By the 4-week mark, the real strength benefits start to appear. Getting up from a chair becomes easier. Stairs feel more manageable. You feel more sure of yourself on your feet. And that's not just physical, that's psychological. Confidence in your own body is one of the most powerful things we can give back to ourselves as we age. I've seen this routine change people's lives. Not because it's magic, but because it's consistent, targeted, and delivered at exactly the moment your body needs it most. Now, I do want to be honest with you. 3 minutes of bed exercises won't replace a full exercise program. If you're able to be active, I always encourage you to walk, to swim, to do whatever movement your body allows. But for many of you watching right now, 3 minutes in bed might be the most important 3 minutes of your entire day. It's the foundation. It's the reset. It's the morning ritual that protects everything else you do. All right, let me bring it all together for you. Every single morning, before you get out of bed, I want you to run through these 5 exercises. 1. Ankle pumps and circles. 20 pumps, 10 circles each direction. Get that circulation moving. 2. Heel slides. 10 to 15 reps per leg. Wake up those quads and hamstrings. 3. Knee to chest pulls. 10 reps per side, holding for 3 seconds. Release the hip flexors, free the lower back. 4. Straight leg raises. 10 to 12 per side. Build quad strength. Protect your knees. 5. Glute bridge. 10 to 15 reps with a 2-second hold at the top. Activate your power center. 5 exercises, 3 minutes, every morning. That's the commitment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need equipment. You don't need to get on the floor. You just need to do this every single morning, before that first step out of bed. Your legs carry you through every moment of your life. They carry you to your family, your garden, your kitchen, your community. Take care of them. 3 minutes is all it takes to start. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help us reach more people who need this information. And if you know someone over 60 who struggles with stiff or weak legs in the morning, please share this video with them. You might be doing them one of the greatest favors of their life. Subscribe to Healthy Aging America if you haven't already. We put out new health and wellness content every single week, designed specifically for people who want to age powerfully, not passively. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which exercise did you feel the most? Which one surprised you? I read every single comment. This is Dr. Alan Mandell, reminding you that your best years are not behind you. Take care of that body. It's the only one you have. I'll see you in the next video.